Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We are most certainly impressed when we come across young people who are not afraid to take on a positive challenge and in doing so undertake an activity that not only gives them experience but helps in the personal development of others. There are three young ladies who have worked together to do just that. Hadassah Cuffy, Zariah Walters, and Lanae Stephenson, who together decided to carry out the Safe Space Initiative. And today they are going to tell us all about it. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Ready. So I will begin. First of all, what is the Safe Space Initiative? Anyone can answer.
The Safe Space Initiative is a 3-day camp that we organize especially for high schoolers, in which we aim to help them improve their academic performance, their self-empowerment, and also express themselves through arts and crafts, artistry, etc.
And how did you come up with, first of all, the name Safe Space Initiative?
It was kind of on the spot during one of the meetings we had. We were trying to look for a name that was original and that has never been heard of. So Hadassah actually just mentioned it, and from that day we used it.
Nice.
And the concept for the camp, all of these activities, how did you come up with that?
It was more like separate ideas that we merged into one. So I wanted to help people with academics, Lanae wanted to help with self-empowerment, and Zariah wanted to explore the arts. So we just put it together and said, let's do a camp. So it was individualization, collective effort.
Okay. When you said academics, you had your chalkboard and your markers or your chalk?
Whiteboard.
Oh, whiteboard. Oh, sorry, whiteboard.
Projector and PowerPoint 2022.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. And what about you, Zariah, right?
No,
Lanae.
Lanae.
Lanae. And what about you, Lanae? How
in
did you
terms-
execute yours?
In terms of the empowerment, I decided to bring in trained professionals, Pastor Jeremy Thomas,
Okay.
and Miss Naima Hazel to just come in and speak on finding your identity and feeling secure in who you are.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, so we're talking about the planning phase. Obviously, you have different ideas. You bring them together collectively. You say we're going to have a camp. What was the first thing that the three of you did together to ensure that the camp would be a success?
Met on Zoom.
You went on Zoom.
Yes.
Why Zoom? Okay, Zariah, I feel you. You want to say something. Why Zoom?
As Hadassah said, it's 2022 and our schedules may not have been synced, so Zoom was the best and the quickest way for us to meet up.
Was anybody pulling any hair out during those initial meetings? Were there any ideas that you had to scrap or
Yes,
there were?
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I think some of the games we had to scrap because of time. Some of the activities we had to make quick and easy alternatives, like arts and craft. We eventually had to decide on bracelets, empowerment bracelets with inspiring words on them. I forgot to bring mine to show you all today, but mine had on vibes. There was some more inspirational words like inspire, happy, courageous, brave, smart,
Loved,
and
I
loved.
can.
Royal, I will. Yes.
Listen, I can't imagine looking down at my hand and seeing those things. They are indeed inspirational. So
Exactly.
it must have had an impact indeed.
Yeah.
So, Lanae, how many young persons attended and was it what you expected?
We had, in total, we had 42 participants. Initially, we expected around 30 persons, but we were surprised at the amount, and we were like, wow, this is a lot. And, it's our first camp, but we were really grateful that we were able to really impart knowledge and, impact the young people because they are the future of tomorrow. We are the future of this federation.
And I see that it is a bright future indeed. So,
Yeah.
congrats, ladies, on
Thank
your
you.
first camp.
All right, so I understand you had the morning and afternoon sessions. Was that one of the ways that you accommodated for so many participants?
Yes.
All right, were there other reasons for doing that?
We also separated them because we thought similar age groups would relate to each other.
Yes.
So maybe a 15-year-old would relate to a 17-year-old rather than a 12-year-old. So that's one reason why we separated the groups.
I can see the leadership beaming from you guys
I
at
know.
such young ages. This is incredible.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So what was the ratio of males to female
More
regarding the attendance?
females.
Okay.
Because I think it's uneven. Males are afraid to express themselves, especially in a group space. So we were quite happy that the few males who registered came out and actually participated.
Yeah.
So what are you ladies' plans to get more males come next year?
Like we will go to football groups, I guess, or sports groups, because that will be mostly where all boys hang out, like basketball groups, football groups. I think that's one place we will go.
I'm just curious, how did you get the word out about your camp? I mean, it was the very first time you did it, and then you have so many participants. So what was your marketing strategy? How did that work?
Flyers. The youth department posted
Social media,
especially WhatsApp status, because we have, I don't want to say a lot of contacts, but we have, I guess, more than 50 contacts, and 50 contacts would share with other 50 contacts, and so on and so on.
All right. And in terms of the activities, obviously we talked about age groups relating to members and one particular group relating to people of a similar age. Were the activities similar, or were they more tailored to the specific ages?
Similar, because both age groups had to do vision boards, which was one of my ideas. I love vision boards because I want to be a fashion designer in the future, so vision boards is a main priority in the fashion industry. We did bracelets, which the kids obviously loved. They wanted to do more than 3, 5, but because of time, we had to cut them short.
And then I did the academic segment, so I did a presentation for both groups. And the only thing that I did kind of differently for the ages is that at the end I had them test the different study methods that I had shown them, like active recall, spaced repetition. So for the testing, like I gave them a random text of information to see if they could retain the information. So I just gauged the information on their age group. So the older group had like some biology something, and the younger group had something a little bit more amateur, like a history, something they would more encounter in school.
All right. And Lanae, sorry. Your idea, because I'm hearing the other two.
And of course, as I said earlier on, I invited in trained professionals because I believe that I don't know everything. And I thought it was best that, someone who has much more experience would come in and speak to the young people. And I must say they did a wonderful job. They surpassed my expectations. The children, they were interacting, they were so involved, and that just made my heart happy because that was the aim, that was the goal, to ensure that they leave with something. And I'm just grateful.
So I know what Zara wants to be. What do you ladies intend to be in the future?
Something in law, I'm thinking lawyer, but sometimes I feel like it's subject to change. But for now, let's say lawyer.
Lawyer, okay.
And I'm looking towards doing business management.
No, okay. Any plans to enter Miss St. Kitts? Because I see you looking like a contestant.
No.
I tried.
Yes.
Ignore the pressure. I do that. Ignore the pressure. Ignore the pressure. What I really want to know now is what motivated you to think that you could even succeed in bridging your ideas to form or hold a camp like this?
I've done this before. I love planning things. I love planning events for family or friends. So camp was just a bigger level up from the events I would like to plan. I've done this before with Girls Guide, 12 St. Kitts Girls Guide. We had a community project early in March. We did a movie night, a basketball workshop, and a games night. So I think that helps me in planning this camp.
Oh, I can see that. What about Lanae?
For me, what really motivated me was that it's just the need, what I've realized over the years growing up, even with me personally, I struggled with finding my identity. I struggled with knowing who I am. High school was rough. It was rough, and I just didn't want it to be this. I just didn't want others to experience what I experienced. And so that motivated me to say, young people need this. And that's what really gave me the push.
All right, before I hear from Hadassah, there's a follow-up for you. What are some of those things that you didn't want the young people to experience? Let me start with Lanae, and then I'll come back.
What are some of those things that
You experienced that you didn't want the others to experience.
for instance, let's say bullying. Like I was bullied in primary school, a little bit in high school, and because of that bullying, it caused me to look down on myself. I struggled a lot. Like I would literally have to stand in the mirror and like have to consistently like remind myself like you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're who God made you to be, and no one else can change you. And so I did not want, and it was tough because there were moments where I would just stand and just cry. And I don't want anyone else to experience something like that. And sometimes when you're unsure of who you are, you tend to hold back from pushing forward and doing the things that you know that you are capable of doing. So I want to see everyone in life. It doesn't matter what age you are. I just want to see everyone achieve their goal and unlock the greatness that is really deep down inside. That's just me. And so I just wanted the best for them.
I can see why you work together well. Hadassah.
I don't even think I could follow that. Second, everything she just said, especially on the bullying part.
Yes.
And for me also, it was just personally every now and then feeling the pressure of academics and knowing that if I can help some other student, because I've heard a lot of my peers and so on say, oh, I don't know how to study. Oh, I failed this test, or this, or that, or whatever. And just knowing the impact that academics and how we do in school has on us, on our mental health and so on. I felt like if there's something I can do to help high schoolers, I've already left high school, in that area to feel more comfortable in their academic and more confident in what they can do because everybody can achieve, then I would like to do that. That would be really good.
So noble of you. All of you.
Thank you.
Indeed. So were you ladies always friends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was friends with both of them. I was friends with both. I knew Lanae from first form, and I know Hadassah from Hadassah.
Me and Zariah met through mutual friends along the way in
yeah.
high school, but I knew Zariah, I didn't know Lanae yet.
Yeah.
It's just funny how they're saying high school, like it was such a thing of the past.
Well,
Yeah, and ladies are in CFBC now?
yeah, we're going
we
to our
are.
second year of
Look
college.
at you. All grown and stuff.
All right, so after holding this camp, what are some of the lessons that you've learned from it that you've taken to the next camp?
How to handle stress.
I thought that was one of the topics.
It was, but
What made you
Taking-
stressed?
failing the kids, like I don't know. I had like this anxiety that the kids won't enjoy the camp, but they did in the end. So I was very happy about that.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
All right, so that's one lesson. Let's go with Hadassah.
We had to overcome. What was it? One more time?
I know, the lesson. What lesson that you learned?
lesson that we I think one of the biggest lessons I took away is how helpful it is to create connections with people before you try to reach out to them and relate to them. Like for the very first presentation I did, it was with the older group, and I found that the games that we did beforehand helped me so much. Like I didn't feel nervous when presenting, even though they're like almost the same age as me. I didn't feel like I was in a position to be like, hey, you do this, you do that. But just doing that little game and icebreaker to connect with them, to laugh with them, to whatever, it actually helped me to connect with them while I was presenting, and I think it helped them to relate to me and actually listen to what I was saying in the presentation more. So
That's a very important lesson.
I don't know, that was just going breaking to me. That was a big discovery.
Lanae.
You said a lot. For me, there are a lot of mini lessons that I learned, but I would probably say that the biggest lesson for me personally is that you can only try. At the end of the day, you can only try. Just because you see something not going the way that you think it's supposed to be going, that doesn't mean that it's the end. You should always, continue and keep on going. That was the biggest thing, not to give up. Never give up.
I could see why you were 3 of the 25 most remarkable teams. So congratulations.
Exactly. So ladies, where do you see yourselves in the next 10 years?
I could go.
Yes, definitely. Good.
I want to try and motivate myself to have like a few fashion shows,
Okay, nice.
be in fashion school, start a business, fashion school either in New York or London. That's a really big goal in my life. I want to see me helping young girls or boys who like to start in the fashion industry, but they don't have the privilege to do so.
Lanae?
And for me, where I see myself in the next 10 years, I think I will still be in university. But at the same time, I would like to at least own a business, and at the same time, still working for someone else. I don't mind doing that. And at the same time, I'm big on empowerment. So, of course, I can't leave people in general behind. So, I'm looking forward to, I see myself, keep on doing the empowerment thing. So, yes.
Like Lanae, I do not see myself in 10 years in school still. I plan to be done as quick as I can be done. So hopefully in 10 years I have graduated and I've started my law career, whatever it might be, by that point. And I would just like to strengthen my personal community impact. Like this was a start of it. And this has just, I think, empowered us all to continue helping who we can with what we can. So I would like to build that for myself. School, law career started, and just help others more as much as I can in that position.
Nice. And I realize the common denominator amongst all of you is just helping everyone. You guys are not just going to go forward and leave persons behind. So that's very big of you. Congratulations on all that you would have accomplished thus far and all that you will accomplish, including the St. Kitts. Yes.
Thank you.
I just want to wear your clothes, okay?